Students' attainment is always a concern for educational governors. Let's see if there is any link between the funding and students' attainment. Does formula funding raise student attainment? This is an important question for educational governors because they have to fund a school. Results of limited qualitative studies. In England, early years schools became more cost efficient. Schools were actively seeking better value when spending money and were making judgments about how different ways of allocating their resources could benefit teaching and learning. Educational governors need to know what are different practices and what are different researches which are reporting different aspects of education. So, being an educational governor, we need to know what are the practices related to formula funding. And this study reports one of the finding that early year schools, they became more efficient in England. उनका output ज़्यादा हुआ, उन्होंने because they were empowered to allocate resources according to their own will and according to their own need. Results of a quantitative study. In England, formula funding had led to a substantial improvement in efficiency for secondary schools as measured by examination results at school level. क्वालिटेटिव स्टडी के साथ साथ क्वांटिटेटिव स्टडी भी की गई और क्वांटिटेटिव स्टडी में देखा गया कि जो स्टूडेंट्स का स्कोर था इन एग्जामिनेशन दैट इम्प्रूव्ड इन सेकेंडरी स्कूल. सो फार्मूला फंडिंग से जो अटेनमेंट है स्टूडेंट्स की इन सेकेंडरी स्कूल दैट आल्सो इम्प्रूव्ड. दिस इज़ व्हाट रिसर्च सेज. इसमें कुछ लिमिटेड रिसर्चेज हैं, दुनिया में इस किस्म की रिसर्चेज हमें कम मिलती हैं. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव इंक्लूडेड द केस ऑफ इंग्लैंड बिकॉज आई फाउंड सच अ स्टडी ओनली इन दैट कॉन्टेक्स्ट. इफेक्ट ऑफ एडिशनल एक्सपेंडिचर. अब हम देखते हैं कि फार्मूला फंडिंग का तो पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट आया, लेकिन अगर एडिशनल रिसोर्सेज दे दिए जाएं, एडिशनल एक्सपेंडिचर किया जाए स्कूल्स पे, तो उससे क्या अटेनमेंट में फ़र्क आता है या नहीं. In developed countries with already adequate levels of spending on education, the evidence from research on the education production function is that the effect of additional expenditure per student is sometimes positive and relatively small. कि पॉजिटिव तो है लेकिन ये बहुत कम है. दूसरी तरफ में हम ये भी कह सकते हैं इट इज़ नॉन एग्जिस्टेंट, कि इतना कम है कि नॉन एग्जिस्टेंट है. ये एक और स्टडी में ये देखा गया कि इट वाज रिलेटिवली नॉन एग्जिस्टेंट. इन डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज additional expenditure on improved learning materials and school facilities does have a positive effect on student achievement. So अगर हम डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज का केस देखें तो एडिशनल रिसोर्सेज जो हैं, एडिशनल फैसिलिटीज़ जो हैं, उनका स्टूडेंट अटेनमेंट के ऊपर देयर वाज अ पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट. So what is the conclusion? There is evidence showing positive relationship between school-based formula funding and students' achievement in external examination. So what are the implications of this conclusion? Implications for educational governors. So educational governors should make use of formula funding in schools because it increases attainment. Formulas must be carefully devised, including different kinds of indicators so that a school does not be is not disadvantaged. And additional expenditure may be restricted क्योंकि developed countries में इसका कोई significant result नहीं है. In developing countries there is some significant result, लेकिन ये देखना है कि आप किस context में काम कर रहे हैं. So additional expenditure may be restricted. ज़्यादा हमें जो काम करने की ज़रूरत है that is on using improved indicators in the formula. So this is about the use of formula funding in improving students' attainment.